We need theme music. But anyway, yeah.
I'll do the
Crap
theme
Gamer.
music.
Are you gonna do so? It's on air right now. Here we are. Wow.
Kinsey Burke. Crap
Yeah.
Gamer.
That's me.
Where we wore. All right, that was cool.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the podcast, and we're back. Sorry for not doing this for a few weeks. I moved. Kinsey was busy. Warrior Wart was busy. Then I was busy again and couldn't make it. But here we are today on a Thursday, and we're here to talk lots of different things. So we got Kinsey with us. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, Kinsey, and give your little plugs and stuff like that about what you're doing. Go ahead.
All right, I am Kinsey Burke. I work with the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and our expo is actually not this weekend, but next weekend, so it's really exciting, and you can find us at Seattle Retro on Twitter.
There you go. And what's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter is @Kinzilla.
There you go. And if you like girls that post lots of pictures of themselves drinking beer, follow this girl. She's always drinking beer, and it's like I always try to comment on them, but you'd have to be like manning Twitter 24/7. She's like, this kind of beer, mini golf, we got this, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of beer.
Hey, what's the earliest that you would drink a beer in the morning?
I guess it depends on what I'm doing that day, but I've definitely started at like 8 or 9.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if you're going to like an event, then yeah.
Yeah. Breakfast. The breakfast of champions.
No, that's
Yeah.
awesome though. All right, and we got Warrior Wart with us too. Go ahead and shout yourself out, Warrior Wart.
Hey, it's Warrior Wart. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube.
Good luck finding him.
Good luck finding. I always say that. Good luck finding me. Like I do no advertisement whatsoever for my channel. It's terrible, isn't it?
But you almost got 500 subscribers already, though.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I got like 16.
Woohoo! So we have 516 together. That's awesome.
Hey, but
Yeah.
with me, I have almost 5,000. So it sounds better.
Yeah,
It sounds better.
Too, at Worrywart. And you know what? Everyone keeps telling me they can't find me. It's Worrywart with a 0, not a letter O. It's a 0. Just put a 0. The word worry with a 0, and you'll find it.
Yeah, and not only that, but you look for the guy with like the Voltron avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. I wanted to talk a little bit about what you guys might be playing right now. We'll start off with Kinsey, and then go to Warrior Wart, and then me. So Kinsey, what are you playing right now?
All right. Well, right now, I actually just beat Uncharted, the first one.
Great.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh, I love
I never cared about it. Yeah, I never played it. I just didn't really care.
Did you like it?
And like, yeah, I liked it.
That
It was all right.
That didn't sound too good.
Hey, you know what? You'll have to play the second one. Like the first
Yes.
one, I thought was okay, and then the second one really kind of turned it up a notch.
Yeah, the
That's
second.
what I've heard, and I have to play it. Like I'm on the Seattle Retro podcast, and we made each other New Year's resolutions, and so mine was to play the whole Uncharted series. So one down.
Well,
Two to go.
it's not like it's a bad thing. It's like a punishment for her. Oh man, I gotta play Uncharted.
Yeah.
God,
That's so horrible.
man, that's terrible.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, it does. So you thought it was okay. Some of the stuff. Let me guess. Did you have problems with like for me when I played the first Uncharted, I thought it was pretty good, but then the fact that he gets into these tombs or whatever where nobody's been, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of enemies down there.
Yeah, and I think the worst part was when you just got to the bunker and you're going through, and there's like the cursed Spaniards down there.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was the worst part.
They actually make fun of like the zombie type people in Uncharted 2. They kind of poke fun at themselves. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Have you been playing any of the new Mario Kart?
Yeah, actually I have. I've played a lot of it. I'm working on unlocking all the characters right now. So it's pretty fun. I've noticed in this one, like the balancing, like if you start off in first, you will end up in 7th.
Yeah. And that
That 30th lap,
Yeah, and that Luigi
you just
death
get completely effed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just like censor yourself? You get completely effed over.
Yeah. I sure did.
Is that for, like the
yeah.
children? The children listening.
The children that might be listening.
Oh God.
Well, what about you, Warrior? What have you been playing, man?
I'm trying to get through Watch Dogs right now.
Yeah.
And I am playing the World.
What is that?
Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Oh, okay, yeah. How do you like that?
I love it. I think it's a great game. You know, it's just fun. I kind of go back to my Wii U when I get stressed out with all this nonsense with the people battling each other about Xbox, PlayStation. So I just go to the Wii and I have a bunch of fun. And Mario Kart 8 is amazing as well. I think it's amazing looking too. Have you done the replays and you can actually see the detail, like Mario's mustache waving in the wind and Luigi's death stare and Donkey Kong, all the stuff he does when he gets hit. It's just amazing that they did that on the Wii U.
You know what? I was so impressed with that they gave Luigi something badass finally. He was always my favorite brother. And because I was the younger brother growing up, and so I always had to be Luigi. And they make him so much of a wimp in some of the other games, like particularly the first Luigi's Mansion. He's like, he's real scared of everything. And so when I first heard about this Death Stare thing, I had to see it for myself, and then you did, and I'll replay that thing all the time.
You know what else too? Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS is amazing. If you haven't played that yet, pick up Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS.
So good.
Awesome game. Game.
That's Kinsey's thing. She loves DS, 3DS, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I have to say that's why I love Nintendo handhelds is they really support it with their first party stuff, and that's what sets their games apart or their handhelds apart for me anyway. I'm actually playing through Mario Kart 8 as well. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I'm a little bit bummed out that it's only 720p and 59 frames per second, but no, I'm just kidding.
That's awful.
There's no Birdo though.
There is no Birdo, but they have all these little baby characters.
I don't care about those.
Yeah, I know. Why does Rosalina have a baby character?
Who knows?
Wait, who's missing?
Birdo.
Oh, that's right.
And Drybones.
Yeah, where's Drybones?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We're starting a petition, online petition right now. Everybody.
Yeah, we got to start messaging Nintendo to bring back Drybones and Birdo. And the only other thing I have complained about that game is they've messed up the battle arenas.
No.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happened, but the battle arenas used to be like 4-player co-op or whatever, and you're in this small arena killing each other and it's blocked off. And you have the balloons, and then you have 3 hits, and then you're out. What they did with this now is you have the whole racetrack. It's like you spend 90% of the time trying to hunt down each other. There's no out of bounds or anything. They totally messed up that part of Mario Kart, but I heard that they're going to fix that. Other than that, the no Birdo thing, I thought they put in too many baby characters, but I loved it. I just think it's great. Like Drybones was so cool because I remember on the original DS, if you had a DS and your friend had a DS and you had a copy of Mario Kart and they didn't, they could still play and they had to play as Drybones though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the DS allowed that. A lot of the Mario games, you could play the mini games and stuff like that, even if you didn't have the game, as long as you were within range of somebody that did, and they were, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mean they were really ahead of the game with that. So yeah, I've been playing Mario Kart 8, and actually I've been playing Zoo Tycoon on my Xbox One. For some reason, I don't know why it took so long to really play that game. I guess it's one of those things where you have to be in the mood for it, but it's pretty damn awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I'm a big animal fan, so one thing that was cool about that game is they have in-game things like if you set free 100 or a certain amount of macaws or whatever, say you set them free, you have them in your zoo, you raise them up to level 15, and you release them, right? If enough people in the community do that, Microsoft actually donates money to that charity. You see, they do real world charity work through that. So I guess a lot of the community does that. And I'm a big animal fan, so I've been raising macaws and letting them go, freeing them and stuff, so that I can try to get that community achievement, so that Microsoft donates money for that. And I think that's really cool. So yeah, those are the games that I've been playing, and yeah, I think that Mario Kart 8 is just unbelievably fantastic. Now, on to E3 a bit. This could get a little bit heated because, and I tried to warn Kinsey a little bit, but she was insistent. So we'll talk E3.
Well, let me say something. I think that when I am a game fan, so I'm not hardcore on any one system. I like a lot of different things, so it's not like we're going to have this battle.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't insinuating that it was going to be a battle. I was just saying that we usually avoid these type of topics, but E3 is a fun time. And so, Kinsey, what did you see that you're excited about, and what interested you the most over E3?
Oh, man, I kind of have a list. Well, No Man's Sky, of course, because it looks wonderful and beautiful and amazing. It's going to be so good. And then, well, of course, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
But everyone knows how much I like Dragon Age, so we're past that.
They should just change the name of Dragon Age for you and just call it Beer.
Yeah.
Beer Age.
I pre-ordered it too. I thought Dragon Age looked awesome. So.
Yeah, I've liked all of them. And then, like, Alien Isolation looks really cool because hopefully they'll make an Alien game that's good.
You know what's cool about that? What I heard, there's no guns. There's one alien. You're just on the ship with a light, and you're just trying to survive.
You know what? If they make
there is guns.
Is there guns?
I heard that there was no guns on that one.
Yeah, because you might come up against, like, space pirates that are, like, looting.
Okay.
But if you shoot, though, the alien's gonna come. So.
Oh, okay.
I hope they make it kind of like the game Outlast, where it's just you're hiding from the alien and you have to like shimmy your way through different rooms. That would be awesome for that game.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, Kinsey's on a little bit of a delay. That's why there's like a little couple seconds of dead air when we talk to her. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Sorry, guys.
No, it's not that bad. I was just letting people know that we weren't like trying to talk over you or anything. But what else did you see that was really impressive or that you might want to play?
Definitely Battlefront and Shadows of Mordor.
Now let me ask you, Battlefront. You want to play? Mm-hmm. You want to play the online portion of it, or are you interested in like just this campaign mode for those games?
Mostly campaign. I don't really play online games. What I liked about the old Battlefront was LAN parties.
Yes.
Did you play, the hell was that stuff? There was a game mode you could play. It was like Conquest or whatever. Like, you take the planets and then you choose your bonus or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what the heck it's called now, but yeah, like that was phenomenal where you could do co-op and stuff like that, and it was like you had to take over the solar system or whatever. I really thought that was cool the way they had that set up, and I'm hoping that they do a good job with this. Were you disappointed that they didn't show more from the actual game itself?
I was, because I was hoping to see more, but then again, there might not really be more yet. So, but what I like about it is like DICE is making it. And, like, they're kind of making it because they love Star Wars. Like, they went to the original locations of Endor and Hoth, like, just to get, like, ideas and to make this game amazing for Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I watched that making of video that they showed, and I got chills when they were, like, standing in the forest where the speeder bike chase was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, I can't say it's going to be. We'll see, but I'll play it.
And what did you take away from E3? I mean, what were your overall impressions of like the big three, like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft?
I actually thought I didn't have high hopes for Nintendo, and I thought they did really, really well. Their digital event went over really well. The Yoshi's Woolly World looks awesome. Like, it's just like Yoshi's Story. Like, it's like Yoshi's Story 2. So 12-year-old Kinsey is really excited. So can't wait. It looks awesome. The teasing of the new Zelda. The Hyrule Warriors, I'll probably play it, but I'm not a big Dynasty Warriors fan. Microsoft did pretty good. Although having their main thing be Sunset Overdrive, like, it's cool because it's very Jet Grind Radio, it's very colorful, it's very arcadey, but the lead guy is such a douchebag.
Ted Price.
He just he just made me hurt listening to him. I was like, God, shut up! You're the worst.
Do you mean the character in the game or Ted Price?
Oh, the character in the game, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's not
Okay,
talking
yeah.
about Ted Price.
All right,
She's
I was
talking
gonna
about the character.
the main character. Yeah. Well, he's
Right.
not really a main character. He's just you can actually custom create your character. So.
Yeah, you can make like a male or
Yeah,
female.
yeah. I mean,
or
just like
something.
for the trailer. Yeah.
And I think I know you liked Grim Fandango at Sony's conference and No Man's Sky,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
Yeah, Grim
Yeah,
Fandango.
definitely. It made me solidify, yeah, that I'm getting a PS4.
Yeah, Grim Fandango is great. Well,
it
was great.
I never even heard of the game. I was
Really?
like, man, yeah, dude, we were doing the podcast live during E3, and I told you I'd never heard of the game, and you were like, you've never heard of Grim Fandango?
Yeah, great game.
Oh, I never heard of it, so.
Hey, is No Man's Sky? Can you play that like a co-op game? Like we can hop on together and explore, or do you know?
I don't think so.
No, apparently you can explore other people's planets because you get your own planet, right?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
that's my
everyone starts
understanding. I could be wrong. Yeah, everyone starts on a different planet, and you can actually go explore other people's planets, apparently.
Well, do you get a choice of like what your planet is and how it looks, or it's just randomly assigned to you?
I think it's random.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, all
I mean,
the
we have
planets
to
are
find out more.
generated
It's
with
not.
an algorithm.
Yeah, it's random generated, but I don't even think it releases till next year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so was there any other things that you wanted to talk about from E3, Kinsey?
I don't think so. What are your guys' takes on it?
Go ahead, Warrior.
I agree. I think that Nintendo should always do a digital event, and that's not to knock that they can't do a big stage show. I just don't think big staged shows work that well for anybody. I like that intimate, like digital event. I like that when they're showing the game, the developer's sitting right next to the TV screen and he's holding the controller and he's showing you the game. I think that's a great way to do E3. I like that year. Remember that year where they skipped those big press conferences and they just did those smaller intimate things and everyone hated it?
Yeah. Now, Kinsey and Warrior, what did you guys think about that game called Splatoon? I know Warrior kind of liked it, but what did you think about it?
I thought it looked really fun. It kind of reminded me of De Blob from a couple years ago.
Yes. I was thinking that when I saw it. It's kind of like Nintendo's take on a multiplayer shooter where, you're not going to have like, I have 7 kills, you have 6 kills. I don't think that they want that in a game. But
Right.
I like the idea of like, you're controlling an area of a map and your team, like you have to color the area and whoever colors it, the most, you have 60% covered, the other team has like 40%, you win. It looked great. I mean, I liked the gameplay that they showed. I liked the art style of the game. They had a lot of surprises. I really, really came away impressed with what Nintendo did at E3.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and what did you think about Microsoft's and Nintendo or Sony's Warrior?
Well, I when I do the podcast with you guys, I always, I've been saying it forever. Like, I don't think that Microsoft can do anything right. Even if they do something right, it's like their perception is just so bad. So, I like that they showed games. I liked, I'm going to get Sunset Overdrive. I think it looks like a lot of fun. I really wanted to see that game by Remedy, Quantum Break, but
yeah,
they didn't show it.
You're going to have to wait till Gamescom for that.
Yeah. And Sony, if Sony just cut out the middle part, I would have liked it a lot better. Like, and if they got rid of that Bill Clinton thumbs guy, the way he talks with his thumbs,
yeah,
I would have liked that too. You know what I mean?
You definitely missed Jack Tretton.
Oh yeah, he was the best. Yeah, he was the best. I mean, he knew how to put on a show. That's
yeah,
what they, that was what missing. But the whole TV thing in the middle, I could have done without. But other than that, for me, I think that the biggest surprise again was Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
Yeah, I agree.
I rushed home to catch that one, and it was really cool. It was like they showed a lot of games. I wish they'd get a little bit more third-party support, but I guess most people that are going to own a Wii U are going to own other consoles as well. So yeah, I mean, I was impressed with what they have. I mean, I'm going to get Smash Brothers and probably Hyrule Warriors, and Mario Kart 8 is great. And Bayonetta 2, I thought, and then that coming with Bayonetta 1 as well. I think that's really cool for Nintendo fans.
That game was so good, the first Bayonetta. I just wish that I wish that Nintendo would do some type of, I don't know how to say it, like maybe just like an achievement system, something that ties you into the game the way that the other consoles do. You know what I mean? Even though like achievements and trophies are so tacky and they really don't mean anything, it just, you feel like you're more engaged with the game. And I say it all the time, like I want to hear that Mario sound, that one-up sound every time you get an achievement in a Nintendo game. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I don't understand. It was leaked before the Wii U came out that there was going to be like Nintendo achievements or something, right? So,
Yeah.
they could obviously do something with that. Like, not that it would matter. I have like 2 people on my friends list. So, but yeah, I think it would be better. I would like it if it had some kind of achievement system. I would probably be more apt to play some more third-party stuff on there.
What do you think about like we're all talking about who did well, but the third parties like Ubisoft had a fantastic E3.
Yeah, I think they pull out a surprise game at the end every year now. That's like their thing.
Yeah.
They pulled out that new Rainbow Six game. I thought that looked really good. I guess they officially announced that Rainbow Six Patriots was canceled, and they replaced it with this one. And I also think they have a good host. Aisha Tyler does a real good job as the host or whatever. I think that I mean, she gets a little bit of flack or whatever, but I think it's cool that they have a woman up there who plays video games and can get up there and sling the games. I like that.
Yeah, and she's not.
Well, did you guys hear that that there was more decapitations at E3 than women presenters?
No, I didn't. Wow.
There was
Is
more
that awful?
decapitations.
Like in game.
Yeah, like
trailers
in like
and stuff?
trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? I mean, I know that obviously Aisha Tyler is a gamer, but you have like Jade Raymond from Ubisoft, who's a big, big gamer. She's a female in charge of a big studio with Assassin's Creed.
Hey, they did have Bonnie Ross come out from 343 and do the Halo spiel. So I mean, I was happy to see that. But okay, Kinsey, while we're on this subject, what about I don't know if you're into Assassin's Creed, but they're doing this 4-player co-op, and not one character is a female option. There's not one female assassin as an option. I mean, they want 4-player co-op, and you have to be a guy.
Yeah, I've actually read a little bit about that, and I mean, they really should just have a woman in there. I can see it. While their first excuse was it'd be too hard to model, wasn't a good excuse that they don't have time. They should, because then they said it again. They're like, well, yeah, it's not awful.
That was the lamest
because they've already used a female They've already had a female character, so couldn't they just copy and paste that in a way?
Aveline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they said that it's like the female, like the way that a female moves would be hard to model. What are you talking about? Like
what? The assassins are already all smooth and whatever. However you think a woman moves, they might move like an assassin.
Right. Yeah. It was lame.
Yeah.
It's not like the assassin's this tank character, so it's not moving particularly masculine.
Yeah, it's Marcus Phoenix. Marcus Phoenix, the assassin. I think they'll patch that in. I think they'll have a female option. They have to.
I mean, at first I was like, what's everybody getting upset about? And then you realize they're trying to present this whole 4-player co-op thing over Xbox Live or whatever, and I know a lot of women that play Assassin's Creed games, and then they're going to have to play as guy characters. I think that's kind of lame.
Yeah, I agree.
And
if
I mean,
they would have come out and said, because at first...
Go ahead.
Well, because later that they were saying that, well, actually, when you do the 4-player co-op, you're the same character. You're just wearing whatever, armor or whatever you have, your best armor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they would have come out and said that first, maybe, but I think they just did a really good job of pissing everybody off with their first excuse.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of damage control by Ubisoft, in my opinion, because they didn't expect that backlash or whatever. But it seems to me it regresses a little bit. There's more and more female gamers, and they're and gamers aren't the nerdy shut-ins that live in their parents' basements anymore. It's becoming more acceptable, and there's more women and more just grown men. Like you have people like Vin Diesel who games and likes Dungeons and Dragons. You have lots of people that game and that are kind of getting rid of this whole persona that gamers are nerdy geeks that live in basements.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Mom, turn the light back on. She shut the light off. I'm down the basement. I told her not to do that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's kind of annoying that it like takes a step back in my opinion. Like I was really happy like with Mass Effect. I think we talked about this a lot. Most people played as the female Shepard, even guys.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean I did one too. So I think that and same thing with like Grand Theft Auto. They're like, oh well, we didn't want to do a female character because that might mess things up. But I thought like Grand Theft Auto 5 would have been good for that since it was 3 characters simultaneous anyway. What better time to kind of experiment with that? You know what I mean? It's like, wow. And I'm not like some crazy feminist. I just think, it's about time that something happens where you're not afraid to do, like I think me and Warrior talked about this in a podcast when it was rumored that Far Cry 4's main character would be gay, and me and Warrior were like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I personally don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
I play as a female. It doesn't matter. It's a freaking video game.
Yeah, like if you're playing in the game and like if the lead character in Far Cry is gay, then it's not going to change the way that you play.
Yeah, I guess that's going to make you gay.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, the gaming industry has a long way to go.
Yeah, no, that's really true. And you know what? I will say that I am a crazy feminist, and I agree. Like.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know you were a crazy feminist. I wasn't like kissing your ass or anything. I was just being honest about it. Like, as far as the industry goes, I think that they take a step forward sometimes, and then they take a couple steps back, and it's kind of annoying because you want to see all the different options. You get tired of playing as the same kind of character every single game. You know what I'm saying? You can only play as Han Solo so often.
That's why I love the Tomb Raider games. I love.
They're so good.
And when I saw the Rise of the Tomb Raider, like everybody was so pissed off. I love the Tomb Raider reboot. They said, "Oh, it's not Tomb Raider anymore. The tombs, there's no puzzles." But people forget, like it's a reboot. It's not. She's not Tomb Raider yet. It's not even the Lara Croft that is the Tomb Raider yet.
Yeah.
And there was puzzles in the reboot.
Yeah, but people complained that it didn't feel like Tomb Raider of old. But she's not the Tomb Raider yet. I mean, the second game, she's going to be much more of a Tomb Raider than the first one, because it was an origin story.
I never was able to beat any of the old Tomb Raider games. I thought I thought the puzzles were too hard.
Oh,
I could never beat them. Like, never beat them. This Tomb Raider, I loved it. I thought the puzzles were just hard enough, like to where some of them made me think for a little bit, where I'd be stuck on them for 10 or 12 minutes or so, but I could do them. The story, though, was really what it really excited me. That's why, even though it was a multi-platform game, I got really excited for the game. Like that was a surprise. We didn't know that was going to be shown. A lot of the stuff, me and Warrior, like we both are we're on the internet, so a lot of the stuff wasn't really a surprise to us. So that was, I think, one that surprised us, and pleasantly, because that game was fantastic. It was so fantastic that I did something I don't usually do, and I bought it. I have it on 360, and I also bought it on the Xbox One when they released it on there, and I downloaded it and played through it on the PS3 with PlayStation Plus. So.
Yeah, it's just a great game.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. All right. As far as I'm concerned, I thought E3 as a whole was fun. I liked, obviously, I liked Microsoft's approach to it was all games. They did a good mix of, I thought big games, third-party games. I liked The Witcher 3. I thought that looked really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Cuphead. I'm also excited for that.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up, because a lot of people think I hate indies, and that's not the case. Cuphead looks fantastic. It looks like an old Disney animation. You know what I'm saying? That movie just looks amazing. That game looks amazing. Yeah. I'm really on board with that. Even that game Ori and whatever the hell that was. I forget what it's called, but
Ori and
the Blind Forest. Yeah. And what was interesting about that is that developer is a new developer, and they don't even work together. They work over the internet together, like all different places, and we're able to build a game. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, so I like that game, and that game comes out this year as well. I like what they had. Of course, the Master Chief Collection. I pre-ordered that already in Sunset Overdrive. I mean, all 4 Halo games with Master Chief, and the digital movie that explains who the new guy is, Locke from Halo 5. So I think that's really cool. And I love Nintendo's thing. Nintendo's surprised the hell out of me. That Splatoon game looks fun as hell. I want to get that. The new Zelda game. At first, I thought that was Princess Zelda. I was like, wouldn't that be kick-ass to play as Zelda in a Zelda game for a change, like in a main game? Go ahead.
No, we tried that once before. You saw how that went.
Oh, that was with that terrible CDI, though.
The sword, the sword of Gamelon. The sword of Gamelon.
Oh my gosh, those were terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
Wand
go
of
kill
Gamelon.
some Dodongos. Yeah.
I actually could have bought one of those. I actually could have bought one of those CDIs. Somebody had one in a box, but they wanted like $150 for it.
I would have bought it just for the hell of it.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to spend on something that I'm probably not going to play that much, but maybe for nostalgia's sake, that would have been cool. But yeah, like for Sony's thing, I liked No Man's Sky. I thought that looked fantastic. That wasn't even on my radar before the Sony conference. Like you said, Warrior Wart, the middle part where they talked about that show powers and like entertainment apps and stuff.
I mean, it's okay to talk about
stuff.
that stuff. It's okay to have that stuff.
I think it's perfectly fine to talk about that stuff, but I think we were both on record as saying Microsoft got crap for it and Sony didn't. So, I miss Jack Tretton. Jack Tretton commanded the stage, was a good presence out there, and I think that Sony isn't really prepared going forward to somebody go out there and take the stage, and you could tell they kept switching between people. You know what I mean? It was like
it's his first E3 as the guy in charge, so
yeah,
you kind of have to give him
the thumb guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's hard to step in and take Jack Trenton's place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff, like for both the conferences, Microsoft's and Sony's, I thought it was cool because they basically were advertising for each other a bit. There was so much multi-platform stuff going on.
I know, it's crazy.
So it was like, Destiny, which was shown at Sony's, that's going to be on Xbox One. It looked good. The new Batman game, that looks fantastic.
I can't wait to play that.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, I might double dip with that again. Depending on. Yeah, probably not,
done.
but.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see why people might, but I had that game on 360 and never even finished it. So
yeah, if you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto, I've never really been a big fan of Grand Theft Auto.
I can't beat those damn games. I cannot. There's a lot of content there.
That's what it is. There's so much content that you get sort of sidetracked, and by the time you think about what's going on in the main story, you completely forget, where you are in the story. So. That's what I don't like about it. There's just too much to do. I like a little bit more focus, and I don't want to say like narrow, like a linear game, but just a little bit more tight on the story, rather than just going off and doing like 1,000 different things and then forgetting where the hell you are in the story. That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
But what about Skyrim?
You know what? I don't
Skyrim's
know.
the same idea, and I love Skyrim so much.
You know what it is about Skyrim though? You do go off and you do a lot of different things, but it kind of seems like everything sort of like brings you back around to the main story. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they even do. I mean, you're kind of right. You do make a good point, but I never sort of lost track of who I was in the story and where the story was going when I went out and did all those side quests. But for some reason, I just lose myself in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes Grand Theft. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, that was my fault.
I love Skyrim, and I'm not a big Grand Theft Auto fan, so.
Yeah.
But I guess they are sort of similar in that respect, in no other respect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd much rather be stabbing somebody with a sword and fighting a dragon than using an AK-47 and a sports car.
Yeah. Well, when I played through Skyrim when that game first came out, man, I could not wait to get home from work. I was like, I gotta level up. I can do this. That's what I was thinking about while I'm working, and my day just goes by so much quicker when I'm like, that's so nerdy to admit that too. Hey, yeah, man, I'm out here working, and I'm just thinking in my head, I wonder what would look good. What kind of thing I can upgrade my armor to when I get home. You know what I mean? Like that's just funny. You know, like I was like I got to level grind a little bit or whatever. You know, so yeah, I think that's awesome. But yeah, I like Ubisoft's conference too. I thought EA's was kind of weak because they didn't show off a lot as far as actual gameplay. It seemed like they didn't have a lot to show.
Yeah.
You know, for a conference or whatever. But overall, I liked it. And you know what I really like is how E3 expands more than just the conferences. Like, if you have access to like a console or Twitch or whatever, they were showing these games afterwards on these things all day, like for days and days. Like any game that you wanted to see, they were playing them. Like you could get live demos. You were watching people play through them. It was really cool to see these games played. And yeah, so I think like in the day and age that we live now, it's cool that you see this stuff on E3 and then you tune into like the Twitch streams afterwards, or you know you find them on the internet or whatever, and you can see these games being played and demoed. And I think that's really awesome.
You know what would be great to do though? I wonder what like people's perception would be if you didn't watch the big presentation. You just tuned in afterwards when you got all the hands on. You'd probably come across with a lot more information and a lot less of the nonsense. I might do that next year. Yeah, I might do that next year. Just wait till it's all over and then just tune in on Twitch or wherever and just watch the actual show floor and hear the people talk about the games rather than just to get the whole PR crap on stage.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to go next year. I was supposed to go this year, but I couldn't get the vacation approved.
Oh, yeah. I bet you would have. You would have had some awesome beer stories to tell if you had gone.
Oh, man, that would have been so fun.
All right, I want to move on real quick. Even though you guys might not be 100% prepared, you don't have to do a top 5 or anything, but I wanted to know some of your guys' favorite game scores or soundtracks, maybe just a couple that really kind of you think are like tops, like amazing, awesome. Personally, yeah. We'll let you start off, Kinsey.
Well, when I was trying to think about this at work today, actually, I was like, come on, which songs, which ones, Yeah. But I think definitely Final Fantasy will be timeless. I mean, it's one of those things that spikes nostalgia because a lot of the songs, they reuse a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they just get slowly better, like orchestral and everything from 8-bit, like it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And it'll always make me happy when I hear Final Fantasy music.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy
probably another. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it has really good music. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's really good. And I was trying to think about something a little bit newer too. Well, I guess Final Fantasy is newer, but like Persona 3. I have listened to that soundtrack so many times. It's so good. It's kind of like J-poppy and fun. I don't know. I just really enjoy that soundtrack a lot, and the fact that a lot of the Atlas games come with the soundtrack. It's awesome.
Yeah. I've never played that game.
How many do we have to name? Just
you can just name as a couple, a few, whatever.
Okay. You
got any more, Kinsey? I remember that. Jet Grind Radio had fun music.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, the original on the Dreamcast. Yeah, I have that still.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I also have the.
Of course, Katamari, but.
You're a Katamari fan, huh?
I love Katamari. It's so fun.
Oh,
and I'm sure there's it's good. If I put more thought into this, there might be some better orchestral arrangements, but that's what you get from me this time.
You pick really good ones, actually, because they're different. I would have expected you to pick like really mainstream ones, like probably like the ones that I'm gonna pick, but we'll see. Warrior, what about you?
For me, the Castlevania series.
Like the NES ones, or
yes, the old ones, like the like that. And I constantly bring this game up. I'm starting to even make myself sick saying it, but I don't know, Ico, however you want to say it.
Ico.
Yeah,
Ico.
The music in that I loved it. And I probably would say Final Fantasy II. I'm not a big JRPG person, but I really like the art style in those games and the music. I think that they have the best music, probably in almost any video game. That series is just amazing.
I agree.
Especially Final Fantasy X. I really like that piano.
That's where you lost it.
Yeah.
Man, I was
You,
on your team
you
all
didn't
the
like that song?
way.
You didn't like it?
I mean, it's all right.
She hated it, Worry Wart.
Yeah, she's like, oh, that's where you lost.
She's like, I can't hurt his
Oh, it's
feelings.
okay.
I don't want to
It's
hurt
okay.
his feelings.
Is Final Fantasy X like a hated Final Fantasy or something?
No, I mean, there's a group of people who like it, but they're just not as cool as everybody else.
Ah, God.
Hey, Kinsey, is that Final Fantasy that I have? I think I tweeted you a picture of the one that I had. I can't remember if that was the one I had.
Yeah, and I was like, don't start with that one.
What was it? What was it about?
I have the collector's edition of that one. I've never played it, and I was like, hey, I got this one, and she's like, yeah, don't start with that one.
What was it about 10 that was just like different or off-putting?
I don't know. Well, I hate Titus, number one.
Yeah, but all the Final
awful.
Fantasy characters kind of look like that, like that effeminate, spiky hair and stuff like that.
Well, I don't care what he looks like. I care about his personality and his obnoxious voice. For being
you don't
like the
wanna
first
play
Final
Blitzball?
Fantasy with like, ugh. Well, okay. Blitzball is the best thing about Final Fantasy X. Let's be honest here. That's all I wanted to do. Like,
Okay. I had to find something.
well, that and I like Riku too. I like the whole Albed backstory. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm afraid to like Riku. I think she's like 12.
You sicko.
Yeah.
You're a
You know
sicko.
wait. I'll tell you what, though. You know who I really like? Lulu. Was that her name? The goth?
Oh, Lulu, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like all goth and tattooed up. Yep, that's more my speed.
She was
you know
like, well, goth and tattooed up, that's more like, what's her name, Pain? Lulu is the one with the big belt skirt with the gigantic boobs, who does like she's the mage.
Oh, that's why I liked her.
I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about, but you're talking about characters with big boobs and stuff, so I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well, Google some Lulu because they're there.
She had like the purple lipstick and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, all right. Hey, Warrior Ward, was there any other ones that you can think of?
I really like the old school Castlevania series. Ico, whatever, tomato. Like off the top of my head, probably like I like a lot of the like. Have you listened to the soundtrack to this? I mean, it's really new. Mario Kart 8.
I haven't listened to the whole soundtrack. I mean,
Yeah, like the actual start screen. If you don't press the A button to start the game, listen to that intro for like a minute. The music in all the Mario games I like. The Mario series in general, I like all that music as well.
I mean, is there any more known music than the Mario Brothers one? The doot 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 doot.
Yeah, I like that they do like a lot of like. It's almost like real bluesy, some of it, and jazzy. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. I guess it'll be my turn. I'm surprised you guys didn't say this, man. Halo has like one of the best scores there is.
Nah, that's okay.
That's all right.
Oh, are you guys kidding me? Come on, Halo.
Yeah, I mean it's got really good music, but I would I don't think it's better than like Castlevania or it's good.
I also really love the God of War 3 score. I thought that was really well done. It was really epic. I also liked the Ocarina of Time. I thought the score for that was it was just fantastic. It was like amazing. I love that. I could just listen to like the Halo music or or like the when you go boot it up and like the singers, the chorus just kind of piping in. I love that. That's like with that, and the same thing with like Ocarina of Time. You could just listen to that music by itself, and it's like very soothing. And in fact, they did like the symphony stuff for the Zelda series.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I thought that was like phenomenal. I thought that was really awesome. And then the Halo 2 soundtrack was kick ass, man. It had like Breaking Benjamin and stuff on there. Just had like some really cool like rock riffs. I really dug it. Man, I think that one of the Fable games, I think Fable 2 maybe had like a really fantastic score. Yeah, and then you already beat me to the Mario thing, which was like, I like the Mario 3 one was really good. I really liked Mario 3. Um, yeah, so I think that those are probably my favorite scores would be like Ocarina of Time, Halo, and Mario. Those would probably be mine. I really like the God of War ones too, though. So yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of that, we're going to change subjects because we don't just talk about games. But I was interested to know a little bit about what bands you guys like top 5, like your favorite bands, and we'll start with Kinsey.
Well, favorite bands. I don't know. I was thinking about this one too, like all day. Um, Probably guess my of all time would probably be like The Who and Pink Floyd,
Oh,
the Clash, Elvis Costello, old Elvis Costello, not new Elvis Costello.
oh
Weird.
thank God you said that.
Whatever he's doing.
Veronica.
Um, oh yeah, so good. But and then like probably my honorable mentions because I'm not gonna say best of all time, so they're just the ones that I'm really into right now. Would be the Hold Steady and Los Campesinos are the ones I'm really into right now. But pretty much anything old school punk, like
Okay.
the Cockspurs, well, of course, the Clash, the Misfits, like all of that I love.
Cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm with you on some of that stuff. I'm not a real big Elvis Costello fan though, or I mean that's cool though. I mean it's just cool to like find out what other people's musical preferences is. But what about you, Wari? What do you dig?
All right, I'm gonna get
Spice Girls, Madonna, Beyonce.
Oh man, I used to love the Spice Girls.
Oh, I love all the Spice Girls, but it has
I
nothing
used
to
to
do
love
with
the
music.
Spice Girls too. We used to just turn off the mute the
Exactly.
videos and watch them. Yeah.
I'm gonna get
I mean-
I'm gonna get all the stuff that you're gonna laugh at first out of the way, and then I'll get to like the really cool stuff. I really like Elton John and Billy Joel.
Okay, well, I mean that's cool.
Oh, so good.
One of my favorite older bands is Yes. Have you ever heard of Yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
do.
I have.
They do Roundabout.
Yeah. Of course, I was gonna say Pink Floyd. I love Pink Floyd. They're just amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like metal too, so I'm really into like old Iron Maiden and not so much Metallica, but there's a new band right now called Arch Enemy. I probably never heard of them, but
I've heard of them.
yeah, they have a female lead singer.
Yeah.
Really good. And I'm gonna go like to the '80s, like really cheesy, and I really like Def Leppard.
Oh. Well, you know what's funny is I used to not like Def
Oh.
Leppard. Now they play them on like the classic rock station, and I actually like some of their songs. So
Oh yeah,
like,
they're good.
yeah, it was kind of weird for me. Like the first time I heard Guns N' Roses on the classic rock station, I was like, God, I'm old.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, man, what
Oh.
is Guns N' Roses classic rock?
Go
I
ahead.
also love David Bowie. I forgot to throw that in there.
Oh, I went to see. He had a tour in the '80s called Sound and Vision. It was one of his albums. It was called the
Mhm.
Sound and Vision tour, and I went to see him. It was amazing. Just
Oh, it
amazing.
must have been amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible.
All right, well, I guess I'll do mine. I like really mostly classic rock or whatever, but mine's kind of eclectic. Like I'd say probably my top 5 bands would be I like Metallica, and I've actually seen them live, and they do a hell of a show. They're like really constant with their fans. They give it all out there on stage. Fantastic. I really like what they do. I don't like, a lot of people are like old Metallica or whatever. I actually like them after like the Black Album, which was like I think 1990 or 91. I like
You
most
like the
of their
softer
newer stuff.
Metallica.
Yeah,
the
I like
elevator
it.
Music
Yeah,
Metallica.
well, it's not elevator music, but I like it when they're more rock. You know what I'm saying? I like more of that stuff. Like I thought their Death Magnetic album, which was the last one or whatever, was really really good. I liked it. Like whereas Saint Anger, the one before that, I thought kind of stunk, but I've come to appreciate it a little bit more. Probably my number 4 band would be Pink Floyd. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. Number 3, and Pink Floyd is the only band on the list where I haven't seen any of them in concert.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
to.
I've never seen Roger Waters or David Gilmour. I've always wanted to, but they've never really been around. And my number 3 I have seen in concert, which is the Eagles. I've seen them Big fan of theirs. Number 2 would be the Rolling Stones, and I've actually seen them
I hate the
as
Stones.
well. Man, screw you, Warrior.
I hate the
God.
Stones.
My number 1 favorite band of all time is the Beatles. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't. I mean, I don't know. You really
I'd say-
can't not like the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite singer of all time is Elvis Presley. So, I mean, I go
Really?
I go old school with that stuff, man. Like, that's like my favorite singer of all time. So,
Wow.
yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed Elvis Presley.
Yeah. In fact, when I was in 5th grade, I won the talent contest for
Oh
doing
no!
that.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I was an Elvis Presley impersonator.
No, don't do it.
I went out as Elvis.
Don't do it.
Elvis for Halloween in a big jumpsuit, all decorated out.
Oh no.
I got more
That's
candy.
awesome.
I got more candy than anybody else that year because people were like, "You can Elvis," and they were like, "Here's some candy," and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
They were like, "Honey, get me that apple with the razor blade in it. It's this little kid dressed as Elvis."
No, they loved it, man. They were all, that was awesome. I didn't have real sideburns, so what I did was I
magic
yeah.
marker.
no.
You do a magic
No,
marker.
I had longer hair, right? So I could put it up in like a pompadour, but it was longer on the side. So what I did was I just used like hairspray and sprayed my hair down on my side there. So
Do you still have a picture of that?
no.
Oh, because you should make that your
Oh,
picture on YouTube. That would be great.
Yeah, definitely not. But yeah, see, I like all different kinds of music, but it's like, I've seen like that's one of the things about me. I've seen hundreds of concerts. I like everything. I mean, even if I were to admit that I've been to a Nickelback concert, people would hate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've seen them. I was a real big 3 Days Grace fan as well, and Breaking Benjamin. I've seen all of them in concert as well. I think they're really cool, and I went through a real awkward Limp Bizkit phase a couple times.
Oh.
The second time I went through a Limp Bizkit phase, right, was just like a couple years ago, and it was because I was gaming online on Xbox Live. And here's what happened. I followed Fred Durst, the lead singer of Limp Bizkit, on Twitter. He said he was getting on Quake 4 on Xbox 360, and that nobody else was on there. So hop on the game, and it would just be you and him. So I was like, all right. I told my brother, I didn't have the game at the time. I was like, yo, Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst said hop on there. He's the only one on there. So he got in there, whooped Fred Durst's ass, right? So later on, they get on Call of Duty Black Ops, and then I get on that too, and then we're all playing, and like we're cool with Fred Durst and like his group and stuff. They like. So then we all like marked out to him. We were like, yeah, roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just imagine how you mark out to somebody who's famous or whatever, right? So we were gaming with this guy for like a good month or whatever, because mainly he was like, yeah, we game with, Hetfield from Metallica and those guys on Gears and stuff. So we really wanted to stick around for that, but it didn't end up working out. Then we got like, they used to play hardcore team deathmatch, which is really gay. So we were like, eh. So yeah, that's my little game with fame story. But yeah, so now I wanted to do maybe our top 5 movies that aren't Star Wars, because I know we'd all end up with Star Wars in there somewhere, and this makes it more difficult. And we'll start off with you, Kinsey.
Okay. I'll try to do 5. There won't be in any order because I didn't think about it long enough.
That's fine.
But definitely Jurassic Park.
Okay.
LA Confidential.
Oh, Kim Basinger looks so great in that movie.
Ah, that movie's so good.
Oh,
well, now I can't remember any more movies.
yeah, I'm just thinking about Kim Basinger.
I know, I got all off track.
Sorry.
Well, definitely those two, and Worry Wart can go, and I'll sit over here and think about Kim Basinger.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, that's a good one.
Any Indiana Jones. I like those movies a lot.
Did you like the 4th one?
I did. I did for reasons. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
But you didn't like when it was aliens at the end, or when he survived a nuclear blast in a refrigerator.
Yeah, the aliens thing I'm fine with, but a lead-lined refrigerator from 1950s, helping you survive an atomic blast, I was kind of like, I think it might be time to get up and leave the movie theater.
But you can find it in Fallout New Vegas.
Yes, you can. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Well, that proves that she knows her games. I've never even
Yep.
played a Fallout, so.
You never played? Oh God, I'm not
What?
gonna
No,
get this.
we already went over this when we did the games we were embarrassed
What
of
is-
that we never played.
How could you not play a Fallout game?
I own Fallout 3 and New Vegas, just never played
Play
them.
it. Play it.
I probably should. What other game? What other movies you like
movies?
there?
I really liked. It's really obscure. It's called THX 1138. Did you ever hear of it?
Isn't that George Lucas's
Yeah,
movie?
it was actually a movie he did when he was in film school as a student, and then when he became a filmmaker, he redid it. Really good movie. It's kind of like about the whole Big Brother thing and the government taking over and telling people what to do and what job you're going to have and when you can go to sleep and when you can eat and what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, who you're going to marry. It's sort of like that.
Yeah. So you managed to fit in a George Lucas movie that's not a Star Wars movie. Cool.
That's right. That's right.
And they mentioned 1138 in all the Star Wars movies.
Exactly. Actually, the
Yeah.
stormtrooper's name is TK. THX 1138 is the name of his production company. I'm thinking of the stormtrooper that was standing at the bottom of the Millennium Falcon. It was TK 427. I don't know how. That's such a nerdy thing to know. But
Well, yeah, I know. We're nerds.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, hold on.
yeah,
I don't want any meatloaf.
And I really like Willy Wonka,
The original?
the original.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Labyrinth.
Nice.
Labyrinth.
Nice.
Oh, that was a good choice.
Yeah.
I like. I would say that Rocky is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. You don't like Rocky?
I like Rocky, but I mean, it's kind of like saying, like my favorite, like I don't know. It's sort of like the obvious choice, Rocky.
Is it real obvious?
The first one was really good. I mean, it was. Sort
I
of
like my favorite might be the newer one, Rocky Balboa. I actually really thought that I mean, I like the first one a lot, but I like that one too because it had a little bit of emotional twist. Like you see him after, you just that character for all those years. You know what I'm saying? And his wife is dead and all this kind of stuff. So I think that
the first one was really good. It was.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I really like those movies. See, if I say this, it makes me sound really like